When you think of Minecraft, what do you think of? Do you think of this, or this? I got Minecraft back in 2013 based off of a few recommendations. Now, I wasn't the most diverse player of games back then. I had like a PlayStation 2 and a Wii, but even then, they weren't games I could roam freely in. So I got Minecraft PE Demo, which would reset the world every time I went on. I just built things in creative and had fun. Then I decided to get the actual PE game, which was the first time I did survival. For some backstory, as a kid, I was a scaredy cat, and I still kinda am today. Less so, but still. One of my friends was telling me about what mobs do. Creepers explode, zombies and spiders jump at you, and skeletons fire arrows. I was terrified. I don't remember too much from my first world, apart from the terrible building and the yellow wool floors and the dirt house, which had no lights because I didn't know what torches were. I remember seeing a spider one day in a forest area and doing a 180 and heading for the hills, which, to be fair, wasn't too far away. It was like a very small map. After a while, I got the game on PC and I had no idea how to play, so I ended up watching some outdated tutorials. Outdated because I was watching beta tutorials instead of 1.7.4 tutorials. This time, things were very different. For one, the world wasn't boxed in, it had no walls. I was free to go wherever I wanted, which brings in more possibilities of fear. The first being when I entered a cave and heard this. It's interesting what we take for granted in any given world. Minecraft doesn't give the player any answers for anything. Why are there zombies? How did creepers happen? How are skeletons related to zombies? How did skeletons happen? What and how are endermen? Why are spiders so big? What is the nether? Are villagers people? Why is the world so empty? Who abandoned the mine shafts? What is the end? What does the end mean? Who built that portal? Who are you? Why do you create, hunt, farm, and destroy? Why are you here? Why did you spawn in that particular spot on that particular time on that particular day? If we were to add another guy into the equation, then there would be more questions. The game never gives you answers to these questions. Sure, there's an end monologue at the end, but that's more about the player than the game. I think the scariest things about Minecraft are the two owns, the unknown and the alone. The cave is an example of the unknown. That music you hear sometimes when you enter a cave sets up the unknown of what will you find in that dark abyss, what is out there. Sure, if you're an experienced player, you kinda know, but at least from my experience, that fear is still kinda there. Not to the extent as it was when I was younger, but it's still there. I still get frightened when I hear that music and see the oncoming darkness. Although, as I've been researching this, that noise, they also use it when you're in an enclosed, dark space. It doesn't matter if it's a cave or anything, but it still has that aura of fear behind it, that music, that weird noise. The alone feeds off the unknown, for it is unknown why you are alone. We as players do get hints that we are not the only one, with mine shafts and Disc 11. Disc 11, for those who don't know, is a creepy audio recording of a person running, breathing heavily as they run away from something, and the recording cuts off when that something catches up. They're people have done spectrograms and there's a face in that, but it leaves the question of what was that something? How did we get this audio retain? There are discs scattered across the world. That means there would have had to have been maybe a society or something. There's a lot of questions that can come out of this game that we're never going to get answers to, but makes this game great. And just a side note here, this part's going to be a bit rambly because it's unscripted and that, but anyway. To answer my question at the start of when you think of Minecraft, what do you think of? The majority of people think of the second option. They think of the minority. And as we all know, unfortunately, in most cases of like pop culture, the minority speaks for the majority. And that sucks because Minecraft is an amazing game with fear, creativity, and wonder. Like, it's a game that we're never gonna get again. I mean, like, other games have done similar things, but not to the extent that Minecraft has done it and to the success that Minecraft has. Like, unfortunately, because of Minecraft is not the only game that this has been treated like this. Other games and movies and shows have been affected by this type of thing, where the minority speaks for the majority. Some examples are like FNAF and Rick and Morty, in which I like both those franchises and I'm a fan of both. It's just that, again, the minority speaks for the majority, so you're a bit afraid and a little bit embarrassed. So you're like, oh, I like those. I like Rick and Morty. I like FNAF. For the sciencey elements, for the horror elements. I like, when I was releasing Dirtville Season 7, now I was one of the advocates to get Ben to do a Season 7, and we got that, and I tried my best. I did as many episodes within the shortest amount of time I could, which was a successful 10, which doubled the last time I did it, but as I was uploading it, I had two minds to it, and with most things you do, you always have two minds. You always have the positive side and the negative side, and like, the positive side of me was super pumped because this is great. Like, as a kid, I would watch Minecraft and that, and which they would do these types of things, and I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be so much fun. In fact, my whole idea for Season 7 about the hotel was taken from one of the Minecraft things. Sure, I did it very differently to, be original, but like, Another part of me, the negative part, was like, why are you uploading this? Like, it's embarrassing. You don't wanna, like, come on, man. You're older than this. You're not a kid anymore. Don't. But I still did, and I still have those fears of the fact that I am limiting an audience, and I'm a bit embarrassed to talk about it. But then, that's why I made this video, was for the fact of, like, to put my opinion out there on why Minecraft should be restored to its rightful era and, like, best games of all time. This is one of my favorite games of ever, and I'm afraid to say it. I don't know why. It's, I guess, embarrassing, but, like, and when I was uploading it, I really wanted to get my other content out there, so, like, when I make fan stuff, which will be later, or I show, like, oh, look, I've got a channel or whatever, I'm a part of a network that I've started, it's a bit embarrassing, but it shouldn't be. I mean, like, really shouldn't be. And that was the part that kind of told me to upload, was the fact that I'm like, well, you like this game, it's your content, it's your channel, no one can tell you otherwise. I had the same thing with, like, Slender Tubbies and that. Like, it's the weird thing in which, I don't know, Minecraft is one of the best games of all time. And it's because you can do anything. You can build, you can farm, you can create, like, you can teach. People have created amazing things in this game. People have created cell phones and cities that took them years to build, and, people can do. But unfortunately, Minecraft and, like, other things like Fortnite is going to be looked at by the minority of kids, and it sucks for, like, again, like Fortnite as well, because I never played it, and I did play a little bit, but I was never good at it, so I never continued. But I feel bad because, like, people get crapped on for the things they like, and that sucks. I mean, sure, like, when you're older, you can play it off you can kind of make fun of it with your friends and that. They're kids. They like the game, they have fun with the game, and it sucks that they get dismissed off because they're kids and people find it cringy. But the reason I made this video was I was thinking about Minecraft, and I remembered when I was first playing, and like I'd said before, I was afraid. I was terrified to a point where I didn't know what a bed was, so I just dug the hole straight down and put a block over me and waited till nighttime. I built amazing things, and then I also built things to hide. Like, I just wanted to put the fear back in Minecraft. Hey, thanks for watching. If you're interested in watching those Dirtville videos I felt super subconscious about, and still kinda do, you can click over here. It sucks because it's not really complete, but like that's all I got done. Oh well. And if you're interested in other stuff, you click over here, which has got everything on the channel. If this is your first video, you need to subscribe. And this is my first video essay, and I'll probably do another one. It depends on what you guys are more interested in. Like, tell me if you're more interested in the beginning part of it where I talk about the product, or the end part of it where I talk about my psyche. Either or. You tell me what you guys felt was more interesting. I still gotta find an end phrase to say, like a nerd write or a Quentin Reviews type thing.